Pride is no longer just happening in the big city. It's spreading everywhere, including Williamson County.
As I told Richard, the organizer, Richard Parsons, even though it was Round Rock Pride, I think there were a lot of us that were Round Rock proud. We respect people's differences. That's what makes us stronger.
Hi, I'm Richard Parsons. I am founder of Round Rock Pride, the inaugural Pride of Round Rock.
It was not typical for small towns to celebrate Pride. It was not typical even for suburbs to celebrate Pride.
But that's not the way it is today. Now today, as businesses realize the impact and the contribution financially, as well as everything else, we have businesses calling us saying, can we have a show? Can we have a show? And of course we will have a show.
You know, you always have your bigger cities, your larger cities that are always going to be a little bit more progressive, just by sheer number of people. But as these cities grow outward to these suburbs, I think that you start seeing different events such as Pride.
Some of those old standards are getting washed away or buried with time, and that our culture and our society is evolving, I think really is an indication of where we are heading in terms of acceptance for everyone in the world.
I went to Taylor Pride last year, and as I was listening to their mayor and realized he had such support for their pride, that I stepped up to him and shook his hand afterwards, and I said, that was so inspiring. Now I've got to go and do Round Rock's first Pride.
You heard about the one in Taylor, and so I knew that it would just be a matter of time that it would come to the other suburbs. And I know Richard very well, and Richard approached me about it, and I told him, I said we would be supportive of helping him any way that we could to have such an event.
I knew then I had to contain myself because I got very emotional and I almost started crying. So I had the venue, and then I started getting my volunteers and I started calling in favors from people, and that's what you do.
When the call came and this invitation came to be the very first MC for Round Rock's very first Pride, I thought that it was so important to do because it really represented something so special and so hopeful. Candidly, I wondered how successful it was going to be. And I gotta tell you, Saturday afternoon, when I drove up to Round Rock and arrived at Centennial Square, I looked around and I saw all of these vendors and hundreds of people, and I literally could not believe my eyes.
When you have a community who for decades have been ostracized, to come to a city that accepts you, when you have that kind of support, you feel empowered. And I felt like I could do anything because I knew, first of all, my city was behind me, and my mayor was one of my biggest supporters.
You know, I'm not the mayor of certain groups or certain people. I'm a mayor for all the people. And I do really believe that with all the divisiveness and all the voices of hate, we have tried to have a message in Round Rock that we don't tolerate hate. All people are welcome. And again, our differences, our diversity, that's really what makes us stronger as a community.
Having the leadership of any community standing up and standing with people of the LGBTQ communities in their towns and really saying out loud in front of everybody from the microphone, this is who we are, this is what we represent as a city, that we are a welcoming population who would love to have anyone here.
Between Taylor and Round Rock, now it has spread and it is catching on because others are able to step into what they're supposed to do. They're no longer intimidated. Everyone loves to have fun. That's all we're all about, and it's catching on everywhere.